Okay, selective outrage. You know exactly what it is. It's when a group of people, a person or a group of people, becomes hysterical about what another person or group of people says, but then they're silent about it when their group says the exact same thing. That's what we're going to deal with. We're going to go over a couple tweets here, one from Ilhan Omar, one from AOC, Elizabeth Warren. We're going to talk a little bit more about Elizabeth Warren and Donald Trump's tweet. And the tweet that they're all going off of is this tweet where he says, and he sent this, according to my screen, 22 hours ago, targeted 52 Iranian sites, representing the 52 American hostages taken by Iran many years ago, some at very high levels and important to Iran and the Iranian culture and those targets, and Iran itself will be hit very fast and very hard. The USA wants no more threats. So what does Ilhan Omar say? The President of the United States is threatening to commit war crimes on Twitter. God help us all. And AOC says pretty much the same thing about the same tweet. This is a war crime. It's almost like they got in the back room and everybody's looking off at each other's papers. What are we going to make popular today? Yeah, let's say that Trump is involved in initiating war crimes. Threatening to target and kill innocent families. Of course that would be wrong. Women and children, which is what, and notice she leaves out men, innocent families, women and children, which is what you're doing by targeting cultural sites. Does not make you a tough guy. It does not make you strategic. It makes you a monster. Hello? Name a president who wasn't a monster. Of course Trump's a monster. He's a president. Of course Obama was a monster. He was a president. Of course Bush W was a monster and Bush HW was a monster and Reagan was a monster. Of course, they're psychopaths. They're megalomaniacs. These people are not right in the head, but then neither is a congresswoman or a congressman or a senator, because they have involved themselves in the Title 28, Section 3002, 15A federal corporation called the United States. They're looking out for the corporate interests, not the interests of the American people. You're a monster too, AOC. You're a congresswoman. Ilhan Omar is a monster. Anybody who took a Congress or Senate seat is a monster because they have signed on the dotted line to initiate unjust force and violence on peaceful people who haven't done anything wrong, meaning that they make laws that are initiated by the unjust force and violence of a government gun. Of course Trump's a monster. Of course he is. It's like saying CNN spews fake news. Well, of course they do. They're the Communist News Network. They're the Clinton News Network. They're the Counterfeit News Network. Of course they spew fake news. They're fake. Faux news is fake. Hello, did you just wake up and join the human race? That's what's happening. Elizabeth Warren says pretty much the same thing about the same tweet, about Trump's same tweet. You are threatening to commit war crimes. We are not at war with Iran. So I'm not even going to read the rest of this. Threatening to commit war crimes. Elizabeth Warren said this. Let's see. What's Elizabeth Warren known for this year? Oh, that's right. Elizabeth Warren votes for massive increase of war budget. Check this out. On September 18th, Elizabeth Warren, the much beloved poster child of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party, voted for a bill that authorizes $700 billion in defense funds. This includes $640 billion for the Pentagon and an additional $60 billion for military operations in countries such as Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan. This bill increased military spending by $80 billion, which far surpasses the increase requested by American First President Trump at $54 billion. So, selective outrage from Elizabeth Warren, selective outrage from AOC, selective outrage from Ilhan Omar. And one of the big things, if you want to talk about war crimes, I did a little bit of research here before I went live with this. During the Bush administration, Bush, all through his 8 years, averaged 24 bombs dropped each and every day for a total of 8,750 bombs dropped every year. That's a lot of carnage. I would count that as a war crime. But you didn't hear Republicans say anything about that. Democrats did. But because a Democrat wasn't doing it, they felt like, hey, free game, fair game, war crime, Bush. But then you get to Obama, and he dropped 34 a day. That's 10 more per day than Bush did, to the tune of 12,500 per year. You never heard a Democrat say that Nobel Peace Prize winning Barack Obama was involved in any kind of war crime. You did hear that from the Republicans. See, that's the hallmark of the left versus right paradigm, is that you get involved in the cognitive dissonance that makes you involve yourself in selective outrage. And now we go to Trump. Guess how many bombs he's dropped in just his first couple years as president? He's averaging 121 bombs a day, which far surpasses Bush and Obama combined, for a total of 44,096 a year. Yeah, I'd say Trump's involved in war crimes. Obama was involved in war crimes. The Bush before him, Reagan. Every president is a warmongering criminal in the back pocket of the Zionist international bankers. And you know who you never heard criticized by Democrats? This lady named Madeleine Albright. Remember, she was the Secretary of State under Bill Clinton? Check this out. If you've never seen this, listen to this. You want to talk about war crimes?
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
What was that, Madeline? 500,000 Iraqi children died because of U.S. sanctions placed on that region? We thought it was worth killing 500,000. That's 500,000 children. You want to talk about war crimes, Elizabeth? You want to talk about war crimes, AOC? You want to talk about war crimes, Ilhan Omar? Then why don't you talk about this warmonger right here named Madeleine Albright, for starters, and Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama. But they're involved in the left versus right paradigm, and they can't say anything against their own party. Why? Because of selective outrage. They don't have problems with war crimes as long as it's their megalomaniac doing it. But when Trump's doing it, it's a war crime. All right, guys, just weigh in on this. Like and share these videos with everybody you know. It's the only way I can overcome YouTube's censorship and suppression algorithms. If you like this video, maybe you'll like some of these other videos that I post right here. Just leave your thoughts about this. What do you think about these war crime comments? What do you think about the left versus right paradigm? What do you think about the selective outrage? What do you think about cognitive dissonance? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.